right, Shalom. Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites coming out here to once again, in and out of season, prophesy the downfall of America, uprising of Israel, America's modern day Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, and the tribes of Jacob is the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans spread the four corners of the world, teaching the gospel, for the hopeful elect. So we're gonna get all praises to Yahweh,
Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstone, must to the brothers teaching word, to the hopeful elect, soon to be elect, most high will. To the hopeful extended elect, shalom, blessings, men, women, and children. Don't get right into it. It's gonna call us from the hearts of men. Hopefully it's edifying, and we're gonna just get right into the first scripture. This is can't get rid of that.
No, that's showing how many people is on there. I think we can. We're gonna have to dig it down a little bit. This is Jeremiah. If I touch it, messed up. I'm not sure. I never done that. Don't do nothing. This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. And it reads, the heart is deceitful above all things.
The heart is deceitful above all things. The heart is your mind. It's a word in Hebrew means lav. It's where you get the word laboratory of thinking. It's thinking. So that lets you know that, without the Most High, without Yahweh Yahushai, you're a reprobate, man. Because it says also that he directs our steps. How can a man find his way? Paraphrasing, unless the Most High directs him. So that's another reason why we need teaching and guidance, even as grown men. We don't know every aspect of we do, but we have helpers, we have brothers, we have teachers, we have so forth. But the heart is deceitfully, so it's wicked. It's deceitful above all things. So you can't say God knows my heart, because your heart is deceitful above all things. That's a church Christianity thing, man. They came up with that shit themselves. That doesn't exist in the scriptures. God knows my heart. Well, the prophet said, Lord, you do know me, your servant, and I'm here to serve you, but they don't know the Most High. So there's no way they could be talking to him and him them. Go ahead.
And desperately wicked.
Desperately wicked. Your mind is desperately wicked. So even when time of Jacob's trouble, people be like, "Nah, I'm a nice person." You don't know what your heart's gonna do, your mind's gonna do when Jacob's trouble comes. You don't know what your mind would do when a famine comes, man. Even the women that were in the Bible that made a deal to eat each one of their children, they didn't think they were going to eat their children or put that, face that opposition, so to speak. Go ahead.
Who can know it?
Who can know it? You can't know your own heart, man. You don't know what you're going to do. But Most High gives us knowledge, wisdom, understanding to use it, for the heart, for your mind, to make the better decisions, to make the best decisions. It says a prudent man is what do you say? He goes about his ways as I don't want to butcher it. So, man? Yeah, it says a prudent man go well with his ways.
Looks well until it's going.
Yeah, well until it's going. Yeah, he examines things, receive things. So at least Most High gave us that while we in this hell. He didn't leave us high and dry. But your mind, if you say my mind and you all proud and all that, Most High turn you into a reprobate. Like a lot of these Christians, And that's nice and all about love and all that. They're gonna trip out when Jacob Cho comes. They're gonna be killing their neighbors and all that. Go ahead. That's it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord.
Yeah, man's goings of the Lord. You know. So if you're proud, Most High turn you into a reprobate. He'll lead you into a reprobate mind. If you don't do His commandments, like He said, He'll lead you into the ways of that to destroy yourself. Go ahead.
How can a man then understand his own way?
His own way. That's why it says, what did it say? It says, paraphrasing, it says, think not with your own heart. Seek not,
Lean not on
understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because your mind could think of, especially if you deceive your own selves. Let's say you get high on drugs and all that. You're not operating in or your excessive wine. You're not operating in your right mind. That's why they say don't drink and drive, because you're not stable. Don't use drugs because you're not stable. And another significance to these philosophies is like drugs, man. They teach you all kind of shit, man. You get hooked on that, and Jake get hooked on that. Oh, okay, no man could judge me. Oh, it's all about love. It doesn't say nothing in the Bible, but they say they say they believe in God. They say they're Christians. Well, they made up their own God in their head.
And yeah, that's how that's definitely how them Christians think. They got a mindset where it's like, how you got people in the world, they function in drug addicts, man.
Yeah,
that's how these Christians are with these philosophies, man, because they messed up in their head, but they still function like if there was nothing wrong with them sometimes, man. Yeah. Like in the world when everybody see them, but they hooked on that false doctrine, man.
Yeah,
they drugged out though,
and that's the worst, because a functioning drug addict is the worst, because he don't think he got a problem and shit.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst kind, man.
Yeah, but if you got drunk and you lose your job, you lose your wife, your children, you're gonna cry and be like, man, I need to change my life. So Most High, He's not against us. He puts us in such situations to where we need help, so we can depend on the better thing, depend on the greater thing, which is Yahweh Yahushua and the Spirit. Not these. You can't depend on man and these jobs and all that. First, Yahweh Yahushua, and all things should be added unto you. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
With all thy mind. Like, people are gonna be real scared when stuff happen, man. In World War III, people are scared of, they see in the alligator Alcatraz, they see in the concentration camps, they seeing people lose their mind, YNs out there, crazy shit, but it says trust in the Lord with all their heart.
And once you do that, He's gonna guide you in the right steps. Because you see, most of the people out here, they're not in any kind of preparedness for a situation like that. You gonna see a whole lot of women out there in Jacob's show with booty shorts on and everything. You gonna be like, the fuck? There's gonna be all types of people just like, y'all wasn't trying to be prepared or anything at all, man. And lean not unto thine own understanding.
Lean not unto thine own understanding, which people try to, man. They try to lean up on their own understanding. And really they don't understand. They don't understand that we in end times. They don't understand that this is Babylon. They don't understand that that there's some people that Most High made wicked that have no chance. He made them wicked. You can't make a crooked thing straight. He designed them to be wicked. You can't interrupt the Most High's program, man. No matter what. He wrote it, and that's the way it's gonna be. Go ahead. And then we're gonna go to that Apocrypha, Adam's heart.
Okay. Well, you can get that one up. Go ahead. And that shows you that we had a really decayed state. You know, at this time in the end, you know, we able to realize that since the time of Adam, you know, we've been able to realize in this lifetime, you know, and examine, you know, what the spirit of Yahweh Shema was shot.
Yeah. Because remember, he breathed life into Adam. Adam became a living soul. So Adam knew not to do what he did, but he did it. We're gonna go into that. Go ahead a little bit.
2nd Ezra chapter 4 and 30. For the grain of evil seed.
The grain of evil seed, you know, because he hearkened into his wife, and then he was indoctrinated with all those things that came with the devil, the serpent's pretty much juice with philosophies, science, pseudoscience, and all that, everything that people are attracted to today. Go ahead.
For the grain of evil seed.
So you can plant a seed in somebody's head, man. Like you could just like, you know, like the serpent said to Eve, all he said is that you shall not surely die. I mean, you should not die in that day. He flipped it. And then he told her that, well, God knowing the day thereof, you shall be as gods knowing good and evil. So it's just that little thing that you put in somebody's mind, they were, oh shit. That's what it is, and you think you figured it out. So that's some self-righteousness right there, or, you know, leaning on to our own understanding.
That's how Satan does. He always mixes the lies with truth.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna mix a little bit in the truth to make it look appealing to Jake, because he knows that's our customs, man. You know, that's what we actually that's what we look for. You know, to understand the law. You know, because that's our heritage. You know, that's our portion.
Yeah,
For the grain of evil seed had been sown in the heart of Adam.
Sown in the mind of Adam. Heart is your mind. Sown in the mind of Adam. Go ahead.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. So it was such thing as Adamites. Adam was planted east of the garden. There was a certain people that the Most High was dealing with of all these nations. So get that right quick. All men are from the ground. Right quick. So Adam means Adam, which is from the ground. So all men is going to be affected by the fall of Adam. You know? But we're going to find out the Most High did something with Adam too. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, very important to know today.
Right. This is Ecclesiasticus. I'm gonna go back one. You know, it's not
Apocrypha yet.
Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 9.
The Apocrypha, which is part of the Bible, 1611, you can read it there. It's all a hidden book because they took it out. A lot of history in there. The red book that we use. You know? Go ahead.
Some of them have he made high days and hollowed them.
Some of you made high days and hollowed them. You know? So we have customs. You know? Go ahead.
And some of them have he made ordinary days.
Ordinary days. You got ordinary days and then you got high holy days. You know, go ahead.
Verse 10, and all men are from the ground.
All men are from the ground. All men on the earth are from the ground. Go ahead. But
and Adam was created of earth.
And Adam was created, it says that, and Adam was created of earth. So that means Most High, what did he do with that certain Adam? He gave him dominion over the fowls of the fish of the sea and the fowls of the air. You know? So he didn't give all men that type of dominion. There was such thing called Adamites, just like there's Israelites. So that plays the same dynamic today that we have, like Yahushua was the last Adam. So they trying to disconnect. Oh, Abraham wasn't an Israelite, Adam wasn't an Israelite. Well, Yahushua was an Israelite. He was from the tribe of Judah, and he was Adam. He was the last Adam, and he was Adam himself. Go ahead.
Verse 11, in much knowledge, the Lord hath divided them.
Much knowledge, the Lord hath divided them, man. So we have the top knowledge of the earth right now, but it doesn't seem like that because they, through the their education, they have magnified themselves and made it look like that's the greater thing. Church, science, you know, education, all that. Philosophies, engineering, you know, lawyer, ship. Go ahead.
And made their ways diverse.
Made their ways diverse. Then we can go to the separated the sons of Adam. So it's all men are from the ground, from, you know, because it says from dust the ground shall you return. The other nations, they go to the ground too. They return back to the dust too. But it's something different about Adam. I mean, that he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to work with a certain of the Adam. We'll read it. Separated the sons of Adam.
Yeah. Oh, you got it?
I thought you would get
Oh,
it.
yeah, I got it. Pulling up. Keep saying the word. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided, let me go to 7. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Consider the years of many generations, man. That's what we always do. And it talks about men first, sons first, because generation come from gene. Who were the genes in the house? The men. So his seed line comes from the man. Go ahead.
Ask thy father.
Ask your father, not your mother, your father. So who's in the household now? The mother. Who are the children asking all the time? The mother. She ain't gonna give them knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
And if she does, she got it from the father.
Yeah.
You know?
And she ain't gonna know that much because the father ain't really catering their children like that anymore. There's supposed to be a foundation already set of teaching and guidance and overseers and, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, all that offices, you know, guards and shit, you know, handmaids and people that care for your children and all that. We don't got that. It's all broken up. But like you said, she'll say something, you know, of her father. He was a good man. He did this, and she'll try to implement that to a household. Few women like that. Very few women like that. Go ahead.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
He will show thee. Yeah, just like it says, treat your elders as a father because they show us. Now we got men that show us as a father figure. Go ahead.
Thy elders,
there you go. Go ahead.
and they will tell thee.
They would tell thee what happened back then. Why do we get in the position that we're in? Why are we all messed up? Families out of order and the father's not in the house. You can't just say, well, you know, slavery, so that's it. You got to go back how it started. How we get into slavery? Because the Most High said, "I'll bring your enemies against you, but bond men, bond women, no man shall buy you." That shit. Your children should go into captivity. That's what it says. Go ahead.
Verse 8, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
Divide the nations into their inheritance. And it's going to be like that when we get our kingdom. We're going to be on top, but we're going to give the portion of land to another nation, not Esau. Esau going to be straight in the pit, you know, and then going to hell of flames after he served his sentence. All the nations are going to still be there. They're going to be serving us, but they're going to get their portion of land. Go ahead.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
So we separated the sons of Adam, man. You know? And you can see that kind of like today in people, you know. In Moab, they got their shit, they got their way that they do things. Elam got they got their food, and Elam got his food and how he do his thing, you know. You got the people that make Persian rugs and shit, the people that make China's rugs and shit. They all do, but we the top people, man. We the dopest people. We the ones that don't let Jake get in and make some shit, man. We the former all things. So our job was to cultivate the land of these nations as an inheritance. To be like, well, yeah, I have made you a dominion over them. It's like we take care of animals. We still got to tend to our the crops of these nations. Like that's why they're gonna be doing the law when we get into the kingdom. They're gonna have to follow the law. We can't just let them do anything and shit. They can't just commit adultery because we're gonna be the gods of them, we're gonna be the examples of what to do and not to do. And this so-called white man is not doing that. He's trying to play Christian, but he's letting people be sodomites and shit, and letting people commit adultery. How is that? And he's not taking care of the land. He's not keeping the land Sabbath. He's not using the resources of natural resources that the Most High gave us to use. He's corrupting them. He's corrupting polluting the water. You're supposed to take care of your water. Let the gold and leave the bottom feeders in there. You know.
That's why, as in some places, Babylon the Great is the air so toxic, choosing to end up with poison and stuff in their lungs, man.
Yeah.
Like I was reading about one place, it was like 60% toxicity in the air, man, because you're supposed to let the land rest for a year. It was talking about even every night. We was talking about the trees let out carbon dioxide, you know, that we give to them. They release it so they can have a chance, like, you know, have a break, man. And it's never had that shot, man, to do that. You know, and all this stuff going on around it, man.
And you know what? It's crazy because, you know, they chop down a lot of these trees, and then, you know, they send these different plants, and what they call them, that explode.
Yeah,
the power plants. Yeah, they explode. You know, we know who behind that.
Yeah,
they be doing that,
yeah,
and they chop down these trees. See, we see they what they agenda. Man.
Yeah.
They sit up here chopping down these trees and setting off these power plants and putting out releasing all these toxins in the air. And these trees, they absorb, like you just said, they absorb all that.
And then release it.
And then, you know, so without so man, these devils got to go, man. They evil. That's why they known as the devils in the devil in the scripture.
We're gonna get to that too, because the hearts of men, we're gonna find out how deep their heart is. Go ahead.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
According to the number of children of Israel. Who was given the law? Go to Psalms 149.
Yeah, that's what it's talking about. Zaquan said in Sirach, in the book of Ecclesiasticus, it talks about through much wisdom, he separated the sons of Adam. This is how we separate from them, this law, before the land.
Because,
you know,
even on the left-hand side with Esau, he does have wisdom. That's the wisdom of the world. So Most High divided the wisdom and left the wisdom of the world to him. Mm-hmm. We're going to find out what wisdom Most High really loves. Sophia, it's two Sophias. One's wicked, you know that.
Yep.
You got the twin sisters, and one's evil and one's good. Yep. You got twin brothers of Esau and Jacob. One's good and one's evil. Esau is the evil one. He's the wicked one. Jacob is the righteous one. So we're going to get the righteousness of the law. But it had to come through a natural means for us to be able to take it in and to able to. It's kind of like a rehearsing or a training program, even with the laws of Moses, because once you do it, become perfect, you ain't gonna need the law of Moses no more. Because you're gonna be, it's gonna be in you. But that's what's being installed in us now through this word, and then perfected in the kingdom where we don't have to sin them. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so via, that's how you say wisdom in the Greek.
Yeah,
you know, so that's all I want to know. That, wisdom, you know, So that's what we mean by the wicked wisdom and the righteous.
Yeah,
just do that in there for maybe somebody knew that.
Yeah, you know, love of wisdom. It's kind of, I think it's really Sophia or something like that. Because Philly comes from love. Yeah. That's why they call Philadelphia the city of brotherly love. You know what I'm saying? So, and Sophia is wisdom. Okay, it's something like that has that love of wisdom in it too. Okay. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with love and wisdom. It's what kind of wisdom and what you're using it for. Because it even says be wise than serpents. Yeah. Go ahead.
Psalm 147, verse 19. He showed the word. It's like he showed his word unto Jacob.
He showed his word to Jacob. So even from the Adamites, you know, there were particular people of the Adamites in the East that giving the knowledge was understanding, just like Most High gave the Israel the law, statute, commandments. Those were the same people, because it even says from Adam to Moses. Why would it say that? We're not the same people, you know. From Adam to Moses, man. Adam don't need to be called an Israelite for us to be connected with that spirit of that lineage, because he was a man on earth. He wasn't just a spirit in him. He was a man on earth. Yeah. That man became a living soul. He walked on earth. The Most High said, I need a man to till the ground. He cultivated the land, take care of the earth. Esau is not doing that. Remember that video you showed that he was doing the animals like that? Oh, yeah. You know, mistreating the animals.
Yeah, there was it was like over 100 cats and animals in this van, man. That was just left out there. Left out there, a bunch of them in their dead, and a lot of them was just free. That's what Esau be doing. Yeah. A little experiment that he did with the fleas. He trapping them in a little jar for 3 days and traumatized them where they couldn't even go no higher than the jar. After they took the level of the jar, he took it off. All the fleas wouldn't go no higher than that. So all the children that came from them fleas was never gonna go higher than that, man. Yeah. That's how they did 2/3 of our people, man.
We ain't talking about that. You might be a little kid and you squabble with some ants. We ain't talking about that. It's a mad science message to his wickedness, man.
Like he's sending dogs to the damn space shit, man. Yeah. He's doing some shit that does not need to be done.
Evilness, man. Yeah. Continually with go ahead.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
So Jacob got his word, nobody else, man. And it tells you in Psalm Amos, Israel, out of all the families of the earth, we will punish you for your iniquities. Mm-hmm. You know, because you only have I known all the families of the earth, therefore I punish you for your iniquities, man.
Yeah.
So Esau is not really, he's not punished. He's going to get destroyed.
Then we were going to that other day. That lesson, remember I went to the word known. He said, unto it, I have no, like I just quoted, I have only known you, all the family. Yeah. When you go to the word known, one of the definitions is to reveal oneself to reveal oneself. So the Lord, he only revealed himself, and what he also represents his word, his Bible. So he's the only one the only ones he revealed his Bible to Israel.
Yeah, it's just like when you got punished by your father, he let you know it was him and why he was doing it. Yeah. That's how the Heavenly Father is with us. Yeah.
And you got all the nations, you got families of all these nations. You got Edomite family, you got Chinese family, the Japanese, Indian family, Arabian family, Egyptian family, North Africa, South Africa, Greek, Syrian, German, Spain. They all got families. We the top family. Most High only knows us, so he only deals with us. So now we're responsible now because we got the knowledge, wisdom, understanding to examine things and judge things. That's why we have judges set on the earth. You got the book of Judges. You got book of Kings. The king is a judge too. Go ahead.
It says his statutes and his commandments. His statutes and judgments to Israel.
Statutes and judgments to Israel. So we supposed to be set up in the judge seat. Who's judging the earth now? Esau. You raise your hand and say, I don't think that should be. I'll be like, nah, get them out of here. They may be racist and anything. Send you to prison, but just because they don't like black people. So we lost our status, man. Because we didn't follow the laws and statute commands for the most part. Go ahead.
Right, and that's heavy too, and he gave his statute and his judgments to Israel. So a sentence, when you go to the word, one of the this is like a sentence. That's why you have us out here declaring this judgment upon this place. Yeah. You know, because it's given unto us to do so.
Yeah. You know? Like a judge, that's all. When you,
like you just did, like
when you set up before the judge, and when you go into the court, all you hear people sentence, man. But they getting this shit. You know? Go ahead.
It says, he has not dealt so with any nation.
He has not dealt so with any nation. He's not dealing with Edomites. He's not dealing with Chinese. He's not dealing with Japanese, Indians, Indians, not the Indians, Native Americans. They're not Indians anyway. He's not dealing with East Indians, the Indians of in the so-called Middle East. Arabians, Egyptian. He's not dealing with them. Syria, Turkey, Russia, only for his purpose of a promise. That's it. Like we said, all these other nations, they just fall in between the main people are Esau and Jacob. Go ahead.
NLT. Let me see. You want to start?
Oh yeah.
So NLT, that scripture, it said, he has not done this for any other nation.
Or any other nation. Go ahead.
They do not know his regulations. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, you got, what if somebody said, oh, don't say regulation, do we? America go by regulations. So
Law.
The New Translation said that.
Yeah.
Regulation, man. What do you think regulations is? Laws, jurisdiction, judging. Go ahead.
They don't know it, mean they don't keep it.
Yeah.
It's not for them.
Yeah, because they don't be in order. And it's all about the law is about order. That's why they had to show law and order. It goes together.
Yeah. He said they have not known it. Look at this place we in. Look what we in. The law. Well, I'm gonna say mainly here in America, the law is not is not executed. The law of Yahweh Shah is not executed. The true law is not executed. Period, man. They going against the law.
Yeah. That's why they hate us.
Yeah.
They say they hate him that rebuketh at the gate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right,
okay. So he gave his laws to Jacob, not so within a nation and all the families of the earth. He has not known, only you. So he's gonna punish us for our iniquity. How do you punish us? Put us in slavery. You know what I'm saying? Send enemies against us for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy us out of this situation, condition. So now, now Most High is putting us in a confined place of captivity and say, look at yourselves, examine yourselves. Who put you in here? Oh, Lord, you have. Well, change ways, man. You know what I'm saying? What about the other nations? Don't worry about them. They already in this Bible. Esau already, we don't tell Esau who he is. We don't prophesy his downfall, but our people too need to learn that their heart is wicked, man. Even the subtle things that they don't think is wicked, eat swine. Because that's your own mind saying that you can eat swine. Most High didn't say that. That's your own mind saying you can worship holidays and Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter. That's not in the scriptures. So now we can go back to that heart of Adam, sown in the heart of Adam. Go back to that.
Second Esdras, chapter 4, verse 30, it says, for the grain of evil seed has been sown in the heart of Adam.
Sown in the mind of Adam. So through, these years, decades, and centuries, and over time, man's heart has pretty much imploded. You know what I'm saying? Where they don't even follow the laws no more. There's no construction. There's no conduct, no principles. You got, like you said, in school, you got principles. You got to follow the order of the school. If you get caught in the hall and shit, they're gonna be like, they're gonna give you, hey, you ain't supposed to be getting caught in the order. Yeah. Stay in order, or you get suspended, or you get back in old school. You get your ass beat by a teacher with a medal and shit. Yep. Like, damn. Yeah. I thought my mom was the only one that would pass. My pops was something. Nah. Your auntie, your teacher, your uncle, all of them get a piece of that ass. By the way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He said from the beginning, and how much godliness had it brought up unto this time.
Until this time. Go ahead.
And how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing comes.
To the time of threshing, so all the way until they can go destroyed, man.
So like he said, at this time, at the time of Esdras, when he was living, it was all messed up out here on the earth. Then he said how much then it's gonna be even worse in the time of threshing, which is this time that we in now. Yeah. So it's way this is the worst time. This is iniquity is at its highest peak. You know, it ain't never been this bad.
You know, Most High didn't set men up. It would have been even worse than that if he didn't break up the monotony of this. Go ahead.
It said, ponder now by thyself.
Ponder now means meditate. Think about it. Go ahead.
How great fruit of wickedness.
How great fruit of wickedness. So fruit comes. So now you see what's happening. The seed, and it grows in a tree.
Yeah.
Now you got trees as families. You got something called family tree. So you had Esau. When he was Cain, he murdered his brother Abel. He was cursed, leprosy, and he was reborn as Esau. Yeah. And then from Esau up to this even day, look how wicked they have gotten, man. You know, they murdered all the land. And you see, it was supervision with Esau brought, it was order because Cain was getting called out for what he did. He got cursed for what he did. Esau got called out for what he did. I mean, he was committed to the order of his father, right? So he had to bring benefits to his father. So as you know, it was a custom of Israel. So the so-called white man know our customs. But what did he do? He said, the day of my father is at hand to die, I will pursue my brother Jacob to kill him. So now the fathers are not on the earth. The supervision of fathers of our heritage is not of the earth. So Esau going wild and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not under the order as Esau was to his father, as our twin brother. He broke that brotherly covenant. Now he's just wild and shit. He's like, I don't even know what this Bible says. You know? I don't even know what. We're not having the same father. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what his job was, to take peace from the earth, man. Mm-hmm. That's how we great travail is coming for every man. Every man is going to go through great travail, and it's going to be set up for every man.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to, you're going to have to have faith. And your spirit's going to have to be hiding in that day to survive, man.
Right. So now everybody's following Esau and shit, you know, because he's the guy now, you know. So these nations are following under his banner, but they're starting to get powerful themselves. So they're starting to boast themselves. That was done by the Most High too. The weakened Esau. Esau is getting weakened gradually. It's like that frog in the pot. He don't even know how weakened he's gotten. You know, he said, Most High said he made him small among the heathen and greatly despised. Mm-hmm. So he's really the base man of the earth. Most High said of the bases of men, but the Most High put him physically on the level that make him think he's the top guy. And when he get brought down physically, they're gonna see. Oh, look on it, narrowly look on him. Is this the man? Go ahead.
That was it on that. Oh no, it says, ponder now by thyself.
Ponder by thyself, meditate yourself, examine yourself.
How great fruit of wickedness, the grain of evil seed has brought forth.
Now you gotta ponder what family you come from, like damn. You gotta, try to trace your lineage. The Most High say you don't even have to do that by the Spirit, son. But still, we kind of still intact with our people. You know what I'm saying? Like a big portion of our people are still in the ghettos. The ones that's in high places, a lot of them sold out. You could kind of slip between the cracks. But if you're talking about black power and black this, and most of your people are in poverty and all that, how you gonna still continue to live rich and shit? Forget about that.
Yeah, and that's a really tough spot to be in if you ain't really sold out and you got wealth. Because then it's like you really gonna be held accountable because you actually know the knowledge. Yeah. To be able to, facilitate, protection for your people, man. And the number one way to do that is by telling them the truth. Yeah. If you just out there oh, I got mine, I'm good, man. Yeah. Great travail coming for you, man.
What they say?
Great travail coming.
They're saying called between a rock and a hard place. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says verse 32. Want to read that again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It says, how great
into another chapter.
No,
Okay, go
another
ahead.
verse. Another verse. Read that verse
Yeah,
again.
yeah, read that.
It said, "Ponder now by thyself
Oh, go ahead.
how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed has brought forth."
So it's a seed of wickedness. Esau has a seed of wickedness. He has his own family. He don't follow the laws of the Most High. So that's his family he bear. You know? It goes back to what did he say? He separated the sons of men, the sons of Adam. So we all lay fruit, and we all have seeds, and we teach our children what we taught and the customs and all that. That's where the customs. He said he sent the laws to Jacob. The house is such thing called a house of Jacob, house of Israel. You know, get a scripture, say house of Israel, so we can prove that point. So that we're born of a house of customs in the house. We're not all just bunched together and just all, you know, everybody's born from Adam. Everybody can, you know, it's family and all that. We ain't all family, man. Esau broke that brotherly covenant. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 15. We can go back one. This is Matthew 15, verse 23, but he answered her not a word. Let me go back one more. Verse 22, and behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the coast, out of the same coast, and cried unto him, saying, have thou mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. Verse 23, but he answered her not a word, and his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cried after us. Verse 24, but he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
It's a cut too. But we ain't dealing with those other nations. And he said, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So Israel is a house. You're supposed to have a father in the house. You're supposed to have your children. You're supposed to teach them the customs of what your father learned, and so on and so forth. But they broke that up. So they took the father out the house, started teaching this bullshit. And now Jake believes he's a Christian and all that.
You know, even though when you go into the story, you know, he helps her.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but yes, because she actually was an Israelite.
Yeah.
She was just born outside the land, so she was considered a Gentile. That's who Yahushua came to come receive, along with, you know, the Israelites, you know, the ones that were known Israelites in the circumcision, the ones that were actually already known as Israelites and not born outside the land.
And two, because she thought she was a Canaanite.
Yep.
So a lot of our people believe that they Africans, but you gotta be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We teach, you know, that, I mean, we're Israelites, and then you gotta break her stuff down that she learned from African heritage and all that, because we African language, and say, nah, it ain't even that's not even our custom. But you ain't never heard our people that are born in Africa, West Africa, saying that they didn't bow their head down under a cow's ass shit and let them shit on their head. Or like, no, I can't make it to y'all's thing. We gotta we circumcise on our women and shit. That's not our customs.
Because we were born, some of us were born in the land of Canaan after, you know, Joshua and Caleb and you know, everybody with them and took the promised land for a time being. So we were being born in the land of Canaan, which is now land of Israel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the land is named after the people. You know what I'm saying? Land of milk and honey. You know,
we took that land over, and then Esau took it over.
Yep.
Oh.
Go ahead. So, you know, he is not sent but to the lost of the sheep of the house of Israel, and that's what we say. So we kind of nurture our people back into knowing that they're Israelites, even when they from, you know, the land of Canaan, or from Africa, or from China, or from the UK, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then we help them with this knowledge of wisdom and understanding. And then be like, yeah, what is your father? What is your father's father? What side is it on? Well, your spirit says, sister, that you one of us. You know, if she can't trace, or she don't know. You know, it's the spirit that bears witness, but we still It's still according to the seed line, the bloodline, because it's you shouldn't. That was a part. Look,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
And you know what's going on? I just thought of something like any other time Esau would take over a land or somebody else's land, they will rename it, right? But why they didn't do that when they, took over our land? They kept it the same.
Yeah, they kept it the same. And that's a big point. Because Psalms 83, they wanted to make sure we wasn't no more remembrance.
That's it.
But they knew they couldn't change the name, man.
That's it.
Now you can't change the name.
They know that name got power.
Yeah,
It
man.
says he is the prince of power.
Yeah, you can't take away that name.
Them rats ain't never told you about what it means. And they call themselves Israelis. So we would say Israelite.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It said, and when the heirs shall be,
Go ahead.
Don't slow it. It said, and when the heirs shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they feel?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So it's gonna be a lot of threshing.
God damn!
And you got them Christians talking about going in there, the threshing floor. They think it's a damn disco
Yeah, man.
ball dance off during Sunday class.
The scripture say that the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Many, man. That's the threshing floor. They be talking about a whole other thing when they be talking about the threshing floor. That's talking about people getting put to death.
Dead bodies everywhere.
Everywhere, man. It said one day it'd be dead bodies from one end of the earth to the other.
That's what it says in Jeremiah.
Yeah, this ain't no game, man.
Because that's what it says. That how much wickedness have been sown in Adam's heart. So how much destruction is coming to the wicked.
How many rewards of the wicked is going to be implemented in the earth?
Yeah.
Billions, man.
Yep. Any more of that?
Let's see.
I got something going into it too.
Well,
Go ahead with yours.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It said, then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass?
How and when should these things come to pass? Go ahead.
Wherefore are our years few and evil?
Few and evil. That's what's going on today, right? Go ahead.
He said, he answered me saying, do not thou hasten above the Most High.
Yeah.
I mean, the Most Highest. But thy haste is in vain to be above him, for thou hast much exceeded.
Yeah. So this is the operation of the Most High. He's gonna. It says, don't worry about how the wicked is gonna be punished. Be concerned more about how righteous is gonna be saved. Because you have people in different places, hiding places, secret places, peddlers and child traffickers and organ harvesters. We can't see them with our eyes.
Yeah, serial killers.
The Most High got they number and shit. He got them marked for destruction too. So we can't just go knocking on everybody's door like the CIA, the FBI, or the SWAT team and get them out of there. Most High gonna take care of them. This wickedness, all the wickedness is gonna be gone off this earth pretty soon.
You're gonna kill a trillion birds with one stone, that great millstone. Them missiles, man.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 40, verse 1. And it reads, great travail is created for every man.
Great travail is created for every man. Go ahead.
And an heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam.
The heavy yoke is on the sons of Adam, man.
Ooh,
and the only one can lift that burden is Yahweh Shai. And through the men that follow Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. The Holy Spirit. So it's a heaviness, and that's why the sorrow has been come upon the world so much, because of the travail. On every man. And with a heavy yoke upon the sons of Adam.
Yep.
Go ahead.
From the day that they go out of their mother's womb.
In Job it says the man born of a woman is full of troubles and few of days, man. So it's like a heart desperate to seek out something fulfilling to his own self. Like, man, what can I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can't wait to grow up and get into shit, man. You know how children are. They can't wait to walk so they can get into it. Run into it. Then you gotta correct them, like, don't touch the TV. Don't touch the stove. Don't touch the plug. You know? Or put that away. It might not even kill them, but you say don't do that because they're not looking at it for what it is. You gotta have patience. You gotta learn and have discipline in this place, or it'll be all out of course like it is now. You know. So what did Most High say? What did that scripture say? Pound it in your heart, pound it in your mind, examine things. Why is this? What's going on? What do I need to do to fix it? You know? Is it me or is it them or who? Then Most High said, he give you the laws and all that. He give you instruction and guidance. And you go, all right, and then you stay on that path. Go ahead.
Till the day that they return to the mother of all things. Verse 2, their imagination of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts.
The day of death trouble their thoughts, man.
And that's all men. Men out here acting like it ain't no big deal, but they thinking about it, man. They thinking about it. So don't let these heathens walking around acting like they just all high and mighty. Don't think they don't think about the day of death coming, man. Yeah. Every man's thought about it and thinking about it.
Yeah. And that's why Most High have you turn back to the dust of what did it say? You gotta turn back to the natural way. The dust shall return to the dust. You know what I'm saying? Like what are people screaming out for now? Going back to the natural way. Yeah, I miss women talking about they miss cooking and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They going natural with their hair and no makeup, and they feel refreshed. So if you don't want to refresh, Most High refresh your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you go
with the missiles and shit. That's a refreshment. When you're thirsty, they call it refreshment because it cures your thirst. Well, how do you cure this wickedness with missiles? How do you cure it back then in the times of Noah? By water. It was a refreshing. Water is refreshing. Yeah. Most High, it's almost like Most High took a drink of water and it flooded earth and shit.
Yeah, just refreshing stuff it out like y'all got around. Round the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. Now it's gonna be, he's making the stove hot. He's cooking in the kitchen. Go ahead.
Trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart.
Fear of heart, fear of your mind, man. Give me any plague but the plague of the mind.
That's a rebellion and stuff.
Yeah. So what they say, much wisdom increases sorrow.
Yeah. So
even when you learning and stuff, and then that seed was sown in your heart, and it's troubled and it's conflicted because they know it's supposed to be right. I mean, it got laws and all that, and it got things that it looks upon and say, well, shit, if I plant a seed and I water it and I treat it right, it'll grow. But if I take a few vacation days, shit, all of it's gonna die. So I'm conflicted. Like, damn, now I have to fix my mind into taking care of this thing. But I can't because I got so much other shit to do.
Yeah.
There's so much other stuff to do in your heart. Well, you got to kill that shit too. You got to, I like going to the club, kill that shit. I like going out to party. I want to worship Chris. I got to go to my daughter's graduation birthday party. Sometimes I do. But we know what it is. We examine and we examine our people around, our friends and all that. You're conflicted to handle certain things that we didn't have to, they was natural to do. Now one's conflicting on birth. But it was natural back then. She don't have even natural birth no more. They inducing children. Now she gotta have an epidural and shit. They got might have stick tubes and shit. C-section and shit. I think back then your body, our body was natural and it was healthy. So even if you had twins, you could handle that. You know what I'm saying? Rebecca was trouble, but once she understood, it kind of comforted her like that. Now I know 2 nations are in my womb. You know? One shall hate the other, and the other one shall be stronger than the other. You know, but it was prophecy with it by the time Jacob grew up. What did she say? She was moved in the spirit to say, "Hey, you gotta take the birthright from your brother." You know, and when he did, I was joy in my heart because Jacob represents the righteous brother. You know, so even though there's seed being born, somebody righteous, there's a righteous seed, and then you want to be a part of that seed. You know, you hope you're a part of that seed. That's why everybody want to get into the kingdom of heaven. You ain't born from that seed, man. There's most I know what he plants. The apple tree ain't never turned. The apple seed ain't never turned into an orange tree. It's been that way since the beginning of time, man. It was supposed to be an apple seed. It was supposed to be an orange tree. You think the Most High made a mistake making Esau and shit? He's planting Esau in Rebecca's womb, you know, and he came up red all over like in Harry Potter, and now he grew up to be a nation, the Edomites, and now he's in here ruling the earth and shit. Those are those people. That's his fruit. That's the fruit of his. What is man shall be accounted for the fruit of his doing? They wicked. They murder people. And what all now it's coming out. You see that racial tension is rising up. Now that nice Edomite, Christian Edomite, now she's calling people niggas and calling Jake niggas and shit. I thought you were nice. I thought you were a Christian. All that bullshit.
When they goes to Esau Ben, what he said, I will make Esau Ben. That's a part of him being exposed.
Yeah.
You know, him showing their true colors. Yeah.
The true color is red. He never made it all true color. That's your true color, red.
Yeah.
When you get angry, red. When you murder, red. And when you get jealous, red.
Damn pink.
Yep. Now you're gonna be at all day. Now it's gonna be a lot of more y'all showing y'all's redness because y'all irritated with Negroes. Yep. So y'all anger is gonna show.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll bring that floss water out. That ass.
That's why. Red. Yeah. That's why I came. When he slew Abel, Most High took his pity because you can hide your jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Through your melanin and shit. You know what I'm saying? Most High stripped his melanin, so now he's running around like exposed. You know what I'm saying? Esau came out exposed. Like, damn, he's red all over. Like
already fucked up.
Let him grow up and see what he becomes. You know, like, oh shit, now he's the murderer of the earth. So that's his seed line, man. That's his. That's in his heart. There's no upright thing in him, man. His heart is continually wicked. He have a perpetual hatred against his brother Jacob. So that seed is in that spirit is in that seed, man. That's who it's going to be. That's who he's going to go out at. To he's destroyed. Go ahead.
Back in Sirach chapter 40, verse 3. From him that sitteth on a throne of glory, unto him that is humbled in earth and ashes. So the bell's coming for everybody. Esau, man. He didn't get away with this shit. Verse 4. For him that weareth purple in a crown, unto him that is clothed with a linen frock. Verse 5.
So whether you poor or rich, clean clothing or not, you're going to feel what's happening on the earth. Go ahead. Wrath. Go ahead.
And envy.
Trouble. They even said it rains on the just and the unjust. It rained on us too. The just people. We went into slavery. Shit, hell, it's raining right now. Yeah. You know, we can rain on it like everybody else. But you know, we supposed to have power to stop the rain, stop the elements, stop the wind. But the Most High got us in a low street right now.
You gotta stand in the damn canopy and shit.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to do that. We should be standing in the midst of a cloud, looking at the other nations running around.
Why their ass get
Screaming.
rained on?
We're supposed to be causing the hurricanes and the tornadoes. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And unquietness,
fear of death, and it says, go to the scripture, death is a sentence to all men. But that don't mean we're all the same. It's just a sentence to all men. Yep. But we're different. Yep. You already said he separated the sons of Adam. We're different.
even in the way we die, he said he belongs to issues of death.
Yeah.
You know, to belong to the Lord. So he's got specific personal debts, man.
Yeah.
For everybody, man, that don't want to come to this truth, man.
Yep.
We can die too.
Yeah. What did Esau say? What did it say in the prophet about Esau? They counted his life as nothing. You know, with reproach. Yeah, you know, paraphrasing. As vanity or something like that. But it says he'll be but they made a mistake. We'll get that, and we'll get a new living translation. Go ahead, what you got?
I'm looking for this. What is to the center of all men?
Yeah, death is the sentence of all men. Anyway, hopefully I'm getting edifying.
Yeah. You know, it's not that everybody really working. You know, you love people and stuff, man.
You get it?
No, I can't hear
Death
it.
is the sentence of all men.
Yeah.
I think so. It might it's in the project. I can put it on. Put death is the sentence of all men, KG.
Yeah, that's what I put in.
Might be Romans 5.
Let's see this. There's someone that says that.
This is that's rain.
Death is the sentence for all men. That's another one. That's a good one. Yeah, but that's death is the sentence to all men. Think James. We're going to read that with me.
This is Romans chapter 5, verse 12. This is Romans chapter 5, verse 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world,
With Adam, go ahead.
and death by sin,
Death by sin, go ahead.
and so death passed upon all men,
Yep.
for that all have sinned.
All have sinned. So, you know, just like that from all the ground, you know, from the ground, all men came. Well, we're going to have to suffer like manner suffering, but we're suffering for a greater cause, the elect. We're different. The death is a sentence to all men. King James Version. Read that. This is going to pick up. Death is the sentence to all men. King James Version. Probably changing the algorithm. Yeah. So Rob 41:3, but not the sentence of death. Let me see. Statement death is since all men is a common thing.
Verse 13, and it reads, for until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law.
Yeah. So that's why they Christians say, well, I won't even I'm not a sinner, so there's no law against me. But you are sinning. If you go back to the law is sin is a transgression of the law. So if you are sinless and you don't have to follow the law, well, what makes you sin? Not following the law, right? So what is the law? Not to eat things of blood, not commit adultery, not commit idolatry, witchcraft, worship other gods. So you are sinning. So sin dwelleth some people's heart. They're not exercising. Like in 30s, like when you eat, you gotta take the shit. When you sin, you gotta work on that. You gotta fight it. You gotta try to make it right with the Most High. You got a Day of Atonement. We got love of brotherhood that help us and all that. How you gonna just sit on your ass and say I'm good? I'm made it already. I'm righteous.
Oh, yeah, can't do that. No, I said don't work, you don't eat. Do something, man.
But Ecclesiastes 19. This passage highlights. What does it say? Ecclesiastes.
Look up Spark 319.
Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
Oh, Ecclesiastes. A lot. Ecclesiastes 319.
I know it's now.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I seen another thing that said it's not typically phrased like that in the Bible, but I know it's somewhere in there. It sounds like something I read before. It's been wild.
It says Ecclesiastes 3:19. It says, for that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts.
Yeah, before the beast. Go ahead.
Even one thing befalleth them.
But are we better than beasts? Yeah. We're above beasts. So there's a nation above all these other nations. But just because us and the beast dies like regular men, that mean that we're not above them and better than them. So we're better than Esau. We're better than these nations. Go ahead.
It says, as the one died, so died the other.
As one dies, so die the other, because it's all flesh. Go ahead.
See, yea.
Oh, it says all flesh is grass. So we're all grass, but some grass is most higher than the other grass. Some grass needs to be mowed down. Some grass is beautiful when you just let it grow. But you keep it higher than the other grass.
Some grass you can put the soil under, you can grow fruit out. But some grass you can't grow nothing over there. Because the soil under is, weird ass grass. You can't grow nothing around.
Esau, caveman, man of concrete jungle, so you can't grow no crops in the concrete jungle or your trees on concrete. You got to grow it on fertile soil and all that. So that's what we are. That's why the Most High is dealing with Israel. That's his fertile soil that he grows his props. And this word is props. Go ahead.
It says, so got the other. It said, yea, they have all one breath.
They have all one breath. Animals breathe like that. You can suffocate an animal if you know what I'm saying. If you, the cow is not just like a human, but an animal is not a human though.
Yep. But they do in that spirit stuff.
Yeah, they do. They have a spirit.
They think they have logic to it.
Well, that goes with it. Because it's the spirit first. It goes with it. Like the flesh is just a shell, but it's the spirit of the animal.
Yeah.
You know?
To know from right and wrong and to know when it's getting help. Well, you know, like I seen a video yesterday, this turtle got trapped with this net all over his neck and it was suffocating. And the shark hung the turtle to this boat, man. He like bring it up and was like trying to push it in the boat. And the people saw it and they grabbed it and it swam away after it. And he's like, look, it's dying.
Yeah.
And they grabbed it and took it off, took off the rope and everything. They you know, they disinfected the parts that was cut, and then they let it go back in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? And it left because there's some divers. It left and he was swimming around, and the turtle came back with like a jellyfish, like a dead jellyfish, and was trying to get him to eat it. He was trying to give him a gift for it. And he started acting like he was eating it. And then the turtle swam away. The guy, it was like saying thank you. Like that's just a turtle, man.
Yeah.
And it like thinks.
Yeah.
You know?
You'll have a bird that come back and give you the gift.
Yeah, you know.
The bird is listening to it now.
Yeah, you know, just like who was it that came and bring was it Lisher? The bird the dove gave him food.
Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah, he wouldn't bring him food.
Ravens,
Yeah, ravens. And they think,
Yeah. And they use pigeons for war. You know, carry messages all the way to a place and all the way back.
Yep. A lot of them a lot more value than Jake says.
So that's how you know he's not spiritual, because he just sees us. If you see us as cattle, and you still dumb, because the cattle even got a spirit in them. You know, look at the bird. He flew away when I mentioned cattle. Like he ain't talking about birds no more. Get out of here. You know, and you in the book, though. You in the book. But yeah, you can't. You know, he chose to. He kills the spirit of things, so to speak. You know, he tends to kill the spirit of things, or he desires to kill the spirit of things. You know, and so that's why he was scared of Yahushua. He came back to life. You know, worship him, that fear him, that kill the. Fear him not that kill the body, but fear him that kill the body and the soul into hell. Right. You know? So a wise man will know spiritual things. We know the spirit of Esau. We know the spirit of Esau, man. We know the so-called white man is Esau because we know his spirit. It says natural things a natural man can understand, but spiritual things a spiritual man can understand. That's why the apostles and elders understand these things, teach these things, but they see spiritually. Go ahead. Let's on that one up.
A little more says.
Go ahead.
Says.
So it says he separated sons of Adam. And so Moses said he knew us from the womb. He knew Jacob from the womb. So you don't think he knew Adam? Like he didn't know who he was? Like most of them know everything from the beginning. So he put a spirit in Adam to be a certain way, to be a certain a person of and character and a man, be of his own stature, all the way until he was shy, all the way to, to us and all that, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and all that. So it's just like now the Most High knows who he makes, but when he formed Jacob in the womb, he knew him. He gave his laws and statutes to Jacob, Israel.
He gave us that knowledge to understand that he has to let us in.
Yeah. So
like you said, the Christians, they always be like, well, I accepted the Lord.
So was that different powers? Was God different when the time of Adam, when he gave Adam dominion over that? Was it the same God? Because that same power gave Jacob the blood birthright, and he knew Jacob before even Rebecca and Abraham. Isaac and Rebecca got together. He put them together. He did all that stuff before. So all this is not of man. This is all of the Most High. He just have man separate man and put him there and put him there, making him there. And you the wicked, you play the righteous, you play the in-betweeners and all that. And y'all gonna Moab love being Moab. Yeah. He didn't never say he want to be a nigga.
Hell no.
Them don't want to be a nigga. Nobody wants to be a nigga, but
Disrespectful to them. We're showing them.
Yeah. So don't blame us if you go into slavery and servitude under the Latino and American. Y'all love to do that.
Yep. And in the end of the day, like Zaquan said, at the end of the day, when the slavery's over, they're gonna still like being Moab. Because that's what they are. That's the wisdom in it,
the Most High, but they really want to be Israelites. We're gonna be the top.
Man, we're gonna be.
I wish I could fly. I wish I could do this. I wish I.
We're gonna hit them with that. No.
Yep. Just like what they got that saying. Everybody wants to be like. If I could be like Mike. Got little Chinese kids thinking, I can be like Mike. Man, everybody want to be Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, y'all like all these Michael. Wait till Michael the Archangel come back. Gonna tell y'all ass.
They want to be like that Michael too.
Gonna tell y'all ass limb and shit.
And Michael means kids like God. But they want to be gods. They children. But why? If they want to be gods, why are they calling them Michael Jordan? I thought we was niggas and monkeys and sticks. Nobody.
And these are all of these people serve Yahweh while Yahweh shot, man, to the fullest. Yeah. You know, it shows you what kind of stature of man Yahweh shot is. You know, there's no man that's gonna be above Yahweh shot, except the Heavenly Father. That's it, man. You know.
Go ahead.
It says. They have all one breath, so that a man hath no preference above a beast, for all is vanity.
All is vanity, like even man on earth. But there's something to that too. The spirit of beast that goes up, the spirit of beast that goes down here right quick. So that's flesh, but all our spirit go back up to not beast though. Go ahead, because beasts don't have a mind thinking like a man. They don't contemplate and meditate, make a bomb and shit. They just do. You know what I'm saying? They ain't in the lab talking about, let me see, let's take over the world and shit.
Yeah, they ain't doing that.
They just clown around and enjoy nature and all that.
They got common courtesy and respect. They have those things and they have order too.
Yeah.
But they ain't discovering shit.
They more in line with the Most High, like they enjoy the Most High creation.
Yep.
The birds perch on the trees, the cows eat the fertile grass.
I saw the rabbit one night. It was cold as hell and it was raining. Rabbit was just sitting in the grass. He could have been under somewhere trying to hide.
Yeah.
Get warm. He was just standing out there, sitting out there, in the rain, just chilling. Nothing fucking. Sat there for like 30 minutes.
Man, you take an animal out the jungle and put him in the park, he gonna put him in the streets. He gonna be like, what the fuck? Take me back to the jungle. No matter how hard it is, you
want to be out there.
I'm trying to go home. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 21 says, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward?
Spirit of man that goes upward. So, though we get this is going to mention a different level of spirit. Like you ain't supposed to sleep with your beast. Like I said, no man shall not lie down with a beast, and a woman shall not lie down with a beast. It is confusion. Put away. They got a. I just found out too. They got a few states with bestiality. You might as well say all this is that because it was 11 on up. But they got something too that's allowed in one state. It's cannibalism. Yeah, it's allowed in Idaho, I think. Yeah, it's legal, so you can eat somebody, and you won't even go to jail. Go ahead.
It says, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of beast that go downward to the earth.
Downward to the earth. So it's not the same spirit. Level of spirit.
If you think about making this video, because I had that movie, they try to captivate Jake's mind and think that animals go to heaven. They don't understand heaven is just bullshit. That's not down here. They made that movie, All Dogs Go to Heaven. I used to do a little children's video. I think that's what I'm going to jump in, because that's going to give Jake an understanding, young Jake.
Esau as a base man, he tried to bring your level of thinking down to an animalistic state. So that you ain't no better than a monkey or no better than a cow or something like that. No, you're supposed to be God's over them. Like Adam set you dominion. Go to that scripture. We didn't pull it yet, did we? Go to that scripture right quick. Adam gave Adam a dominion with 1,000 air. Fishes of the sea. Esau is a base man. He ain't supposed to. I mean, he's moving for a purpose. Most High saying, "Leave what I could do to a base man. I'll raise him up there high and make him gods. Make him a god." He said, he can make stones worship him. He can make Esau, that was a base man, be the king of the earth. So you can't mess around with the Most High, because if he could do that, you'd be like, oh, and put us in slavery. Shaq Jakes and shit, bound by little bitty men and shit, like getting his ass with a cat tail, whatever. And now he's playing basketball. Esau got him like, damn, we can't have this nigga rebelling and shit. He'll at least take about 20 of us out and shit. You gotta have him on some basketball shit.
Have him like giving that child mindset.
Yeah. All them basketball players, and if they all was an army and shit, they'll run a neighborhood, run a city of each other. Let's say that, like basketball.
Give him a couple $1 million and give him that ball.
Mike Tyson, don't get angry. We'll get you to sports. We'll give you some medals and belts. Don't do nothing crazy. Crazy. Stay in sports. So you take the mighty man and give him shit. Put them in arenas and shit like he was an elephant in the lion and all that.
They seen what Judas Maccabeus did. They seen what King David did in the mighty man. And some of his generals were slaying 800 men at one time.
And what did
game, man?
What did Hannibal use? He used 40 elephants.
Yep.
And a lot of them crushed meter mice, man.
Mm-hmm.
So they made spears. Esau as a man with a weapon, so they had spears, and they shot at them elephants, took them down, and shot it. And basically defeated Hannibal, Leo Africanus during Punic Wars.
Even after Hannibal was defeated, they still feared, like he had a ghost. He had a ghost of Hannibal. They were like, they might. Like he was hunting them. Still, even after he was
like they thought he might pop up somewhere.
Yeah, I read into that. They were like, they hear like the watchman at the gate. Yeah, so Hannibal. They the watchman might see something at the, they like, that's Hannibal. Everybody gets scared.
Even somebody that looked like Hannibal.
Yeah, it looked like they think
they do reincarnation exist. They fucking do, man.
So Esau, they still got that same fear. That's why I said in the book of Proverbs, the fear of the wicked, it shall come to pass.
That's why I don't like the woolly hair. That's why I like the melanin, because they know what Yahweh Shai look like. They like, we want to kill that image. That's why they say, but you still man and shit, hanging on your wall looking at you and shit.
I forget, I can't remember. I was watching some video one day, and this one Edomite was getting interviewed.
His friend that was doing it wasn't
really an interview, but it was more like the guy was just passing through and he was just asking this Edomite dude the questions on camera. And one of the questions he asked was like, "What is your greatest fear? What is your fear?" And he said, "Black people coming back for us for what we did to them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
I think I know what you're talking
They
about.
mind, man.
yeah.
Especially as he talking about it.
Yeah. We'll just speculate with the bird that brought his date on. Watch us as a movie and shit.
See, I told you. I told you. And still,
She's like, I'm glad you took me there.
yeah.
It's telling you, bird. I mean, these guys here too, man. They had this one, I think it was a cat or a dog or something. They was watching The Lion King. And Mufasa, that's when Scar pushed Mufasa off that thing.
When that dog was like, oh,
Yeah, he started crying and all that.
I was watching that motherfucker
Yeah.
for real, man.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, like,
He, started,
God.
he was softball. He started crying and acting.
crying and hollering.
Oh,
At the sound of Mufasa's ass got pushed over that ledge. Hell no, man. This dog's a damn trip, bro.
There's a spirit in beast. And Most High gonna arouse these spirits up in time of Jacob's trouble.
and they gonna be far. They gonna be on another level in the kingdom too.
Yeah.
They gonna be talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gonna be able to. They gonna be on a whole nother level too. That's right. This is gonna be.
They showed me that in Masters of the Universe. He couldn't talk, and then when he got his power, that his tiger, he was able to talk to. And Adam means from the ground, of course. And Adam turned into He-Man, and he became the Prince of Power. He got his melanin and stuff. If you watch the Masters of the Universe, that's what we're going to become. Gray skull, the gray of your skull, the Horus of your head of wisdom, will have top wisdom of the earth. Well, Yahweh Shai, starting with Yahweh Shai, under his father Yahweh. So that's coming back to play now. This is becoming the true education again, the true knowledge, not school, not religion, not Christianity, what have you, all those other. So we're becoming gods again, and Esau hates that. Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. It says, and the Heavenly Father said, let us, or the powers said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness.
After our likeness.
Let them,
Go ahead.
and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea,
Over the fish of the sea,
and over the fowl of the air,
fowl of the air,
and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Yeah, like we said, the Most High could have made a spider big as an elephant, but he made them creeping things. You know what I'm saying?
I would be scared as hell to see a big ass spider that big, man. I'd be terrified. I'd be like, oh, hell no.
He could wrap your ass up like in 2
Yeah, get that web at you and you get caught in that thing and you wrap your ass up.
Because that's not something that we used to seeing. Now, back then, the ancient day, everything was bigger.
Yeah.
So, back then, we see that like it'd be normal.
There wasn't no elephant. I know elephant spider. That shit. I don't know about that. They're big, but that way. That motherfucker
No, that's why he said creeping things. They creep into your houses.
Yeah.
Like he said, even in ancient, even in that book, it said I see spiders in these mansions. So
got snuck off in there in the corner, so he probably look big. I ain't see him till yesterday.
yeah, well, they got the camel spider. He's big as it.
big than a motherfucker.
He's like this and shit.
But he probably had little tiny ones too.
Yeah, they did. Every creeping thing.
Everything.
It's all kind of spiders, all kind of grasshoppers and shit.
Probably spiders that we don't even see. It's probably spiders that's underground, underwater. It's a leviathan that eat the algae off of them. You don't know what the hell spiders down there, man. All types of creatures we ain't never seen.
So we supposed to have dominion of those things. Let it come out like Shalom. Go back into his place. And I really personally, I think even with the spider, going back to the spiders and certain insects, I think they ate the pest of the earth, like flies and shit. You know, so we didn't have to worry about.
That's why the Lord had flies, so they can have something to eat.
Yeah. Yep.
The birds like them too. That one bird tried to get them on a fly trap, and that motherfucker got stuck on that bitch and died.
Yeah. But you think that Most High is worried about the soul of spirit of a fly and shit? Like he can't stand in line being judged and shit.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I would judge all the flies. Nobody give a damn about no fly. Mosquito and shit, pest. And that's what Esau is. He's a pest. Why would Most High give care about a pest? He get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just want get them out of my house. The rats, they just want get them out of my house. Exterminate the rats. Exterminate the bed bugs. They're a pest. And that's what Esau. He's been a pest of the earth.
That's why we call them rats over there in our land. They rats.
Yeah. So going back to that,
and they're underground too. When they like the sewer, they were underground in the sewers.
Yeah.
But guess who? You go back to the Ninja Turtles. Guess who was teaching the Ninja Turtles?
Master Splinter.
A rat.
Big ass rat.
So that's them. That's the Jewish people. They know they rats. That's not. They shouldn't be offensive to them. Go ahead.
But going back to Sirach chapter 40 verse 5, we went to that word death.
So I just brought that up because
go ahead.
You know we supposed to we supposed to rule all things, including death. We're not supposed to die. But this is a sentence to all men because of iniquity in earth, because of sin in the earth. You know, so these other nations, they're going to continue to, die. But who's going to be filled with immortality? Most of the Israelites, because they're the God's chosen people. You don't get your gifts out there. Son, I'm gonna give you this, and you add gifts to them, and you say, and you give them stuff that no other gave no other people or children. For your sons, immortality, power to fly, power to all those things. Go ahead.
So and anger
is going to touch all those people, man. It's going to be angry of the wild beast, the fierceness of the wild beast, the anger of men. Go ahead.
And strife.
And strife is going to be upon people. Go ahead.
And in the time of rest upon his bed, his night's sleep do change his knowledge.
Yep.
And that's how most of the world is going to learn the knowledge of the Most High. It's through terror, man.
Yep.
Verse 6, a little or nothing is his rest, and afterward he is in his sleep, as in the day, keeping watch, troubled in vision of his heart.
So even Jacob's trouble, you're not going to be able to sleep. You're going to be like, you're going to need rest, but then you're going to wake up and it's going to be there again.
Yep.
It's going to be a nightmare you can't wake up from.
Yep.
Go ahead.
As if he were escaped out of a battle.
He was escaped out of a battle. Go ahead.
When all is safe, he awakened and marveled that the fear was nothing.
Marveled that the fear was nothing.
That's what it's like right now, but in that day, it ain't going to be like that, man. Right now, it's a time where they already got that fear in their heart. Their mind is being plagued. Because they know World War III coming. They know the mark of the beast going to be made mandatory. They know the missiles is coming over here, man. We're giving you a clear depiction of the future, man. What's going to happen in this place? They know.
Yeah. See, the wickedness was sown. You know how you sow something like a woman knitting what do you call it? Quilt. And she slowly knitted, and and it's a quilt. You can't unsew that. Ain't nobody gonna try to unsew that.
Mm-hmm.
And she ties it at the end. That's how this day. You can't unsew wickedness out of this place. It has to be destroyed.
And just like we were saying, like they know, but at the same time, since they don't have the knowledge, they don't understand. They still don't understand. Because they're like, yeah, we know it's gonna happen, but when? It ain't gonna happen right now. So they still don't have the understanding of how severe this is about to go down, man. Even though they've heard it, they've heard the doctrine, we told it, we declared it to Jake. You know,
And what did the Most High, soon after the fall of Adam, he said he put a tree of life there for, he said, unless man take upon the tree of life, basically he'll fail. So the Most High was always set a righteous door for us to go through, even in the very beginning. So all men ain't gonna go through that righteous door. All men ain't of righteousness to even be permitted to go through that door. So a lot of people are born in vain, man. Esau is born in vain. It says that profane one is Esau, who sold his birthright for a morsel of meat. Profane means measures outside the temple. So you're not measured with the temple of the holy temple of the Israelites, because your seed is going to be destroyed. It says that in Job, his seed shall be the seed of the wicked. Go to that right quick. Because what do you sow among your family? You had little girls at the time of slavery watching slaves hang and burn. You imputed that in her mind as acceptable in her heart, to where she's gonna teach her children that, and then they're gonna teach their children on it. They think that the house of the so-called white man of the hatred that was, that was of him, and the murderous ways of them have stopped. That is taught in their house. That's why you have they were killing people back then. During Marvin Gaye had a song called Trigger Happy Police. But then policemen have passed away probably by now, whatever. Some of them passed away. Or just a generation before them. And you still got policemen still doing the same thing. That's their children. Because they learn from them. And our children, Jake be acting stupid, but Jake knows right from wrong. He be like, damn, man. Because you can have a hardcore Jake in the streets doing all kind of crazy shit. Like, damn, man, I need to get out of this shit. But now Esau, he'll stand on his shotgun with any more niggas around and shit, any more of this and that, blow their heads off. That's him all day. So he's not what's his name? Roger, would you be my neighbor and shit? Or even for a cause of deception and murder. That's the only reason. Not to be your real neighbor. Go ahead.
Psalms 37, verse 28. For the Lord loved the judgment, if forsaken not his saints.
You love his judgment, so it's going to be judgment. Judgment's going to rain down. It said judgment's going to rain down like the rivers or something like that, paraphrase. He loves judgment. Israel, his seed shall judge the world. Israel is going to be set up as judges. So that lets you know how much the Lord loves judgment. It's going to be judgment in the kingdom. He's going to be judging these nations. So judgment never stops. He says judgment, judgment into Most High is like a ring. Comes back around. Go ahead.
It says, they are preserved forever.
They are preserved forever. Go ahead.
But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off.
There's a seed of the wicked. And you think that's talking about spiritual and all that? No. They had seeds and seeds. Edom had Herodians. I'm talking about Esau was done away. What about Herodians? So they were Edomite. Go ahead. So they got a seed, and they teach that seed that they have, and they have fruit, and teach that seed, and then they become a family and become a family tree. So let's say you have a real tree in somebody's yard, and the fruit hang up off the trees, over the fence, and you back in the 60s or whatever, 50s, you grab a piece of that fruit off that hangs off this tree, that hangs over the fence off his tree, he's gonna kill your ass. You're not even on his property. It just is. What did it say? With the grape, gatherers have. Would they not have left grapes for anybody? Yeah, and it went out there. I watched a few TikToks lately, and somebody was saying there's no food left in America. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all fake. There's no wholesome thing left in America. No wholesome food left in America. No wholesome families left in America. But the families of Israel. So this place is done. This place is becoming a desert from within. And it's going to become a desert from without. It's going to be destroyed, flattened. It's a nuisance to us. It's a trouble to Jacob. It's Jacob's captivity. And it's going to be a trouble to Jacob too. But it's going to affect the whole world because now these other nations will find out what America is really about. Like, damn, I might not want to move to America now. I'm in the sweatshop over here, but I heard that food ain't even real no more. Yeah, shit. And that's a private thing to say to from Moab because he eats cat, rat, dog, washing cat. But he got ordered to his, he has some kind of system to his family and shit. Yeah, I know we eat cat, rat, and dog, but shit, that's us. Leave us alone. But we're gonna fix that. And in the meanwhile, Esau is murdering the land. He's murdering people. He's murdering everything that he sees. Depopulation. Like we said, polluting the sky. So his seed is doing that. Who done it? His seed. The sons of Adam were separated. We ain't longer your brother no more. You know how your brother, that's why Yahweh Shai even said, he that does the word is the same as my mother, brother, and sister. You don't do the word, man. So you're not our brother.
Just like in a regular family, if the son is just wicked as hell, they'll disown. Like you ain't part of the family no more.
They'll cut
That's
off.
what happened to Esau.
They'll
cut off.
Cut off. And cut off meant death. And then he say the man and woman have a rebellious son. We didn't told them to elders and congregation, all that. And then next thing you know, stone them. And they be like, yeah, we'll let stone my son. Because he's being wicked. Now they be like, your son could be wicked as hell. And they be like, what are you doing? Why are you taking, getting them out of jail and all that? Or getting them out of a situation where the authorities are on them and shit, or execution coming. He didn't murder, 20 people and shit. Oh, son, could you just let him all? Like, he won't do it. He murdered 20 people, man. And then Esau got something called premeditated crime, man. So if you meditate in you know the meditation in your heart. So Esau had meditated in his heart to have Jacob murdered, to have Jacob depopulated, to have Jacob in prison. We told you about laboratories, thinking tanks, and all that. That's what he does. He's on a high level of elite system, and he's thinking his summits and his meetings, and he said, "This is what we're gonna do to the Negroes. We're gonna put drugs out there, put crack." He makes sure the formula works, tries it on animals first. And then he throws it to Jake's neighborhood. Then he oppresses Jake so much. Then he said, well, let the weed go and rotate in the hood, in the hoods and all that, and ghettos, and then we could just sprinkle some little cocaine in there. And then that's the next step to doing cocaine. And then next thing you know, they all on crack and they destroy it. And then we said, well, let's get out of this destruction, get away from the crack and poverty. Let's start rapping and all that. Let's start singing and music. Then, let's get them into music and shit. We got to orchestrate that and put spells on the songs and all that. And, be the head of their contracts and all that. Well, what about letting them have a black bootleg type of shit? Well, they can have that as long as we govern that shit. They can have BET. They can have clothing line, but we taxing all that because they want to make money. If they can make money off us, yeah, they'll let us do it. But get out of line with them. They'll turn the BET lights off and shit. They'll turn the TV, the black TV shows, sitcoms. They'll shut the lights out. What happened? The contract ended. Why? Because we don't want you on. We don't fit for our program or what we're trying to do. We're the movie makers and producers. So they got that in their hand now. They got that kind of power in their hands for now. Most High allow them to have that power. You know. Shalom to the brothers and sisters, no kind of boy, shalom. You know, Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakadash Bakatam Shalom, GMS and the Truth Orlando.
Wow.
So now, Most High, he says, I gotta send righteousness in there. I gotta set up a foundation. Well, you know, Abba Bivens, you know, Father Abba Bivens, you know, High Priest Ariad, Elder High Priest Yaikwa, you know, King Mashak. So he set up a foundation to call us out of those things like he did back in the day. If it wasn't for this truth, we would be destroyed. That's personally, I say as a man, I would have went into the rap industry. Probably blow my brains or whatever, do cocaine. I don't know what the fuck I would have been doing. It says the hardest who can know it. I don't know what you would have been doing in there. Because all them niggas that went in the industry, they went in hard as hell and shit. I bet where they end up coming out as love boys and shit.
And that's why, you know, that's the truth, because you know, just like it says when you read in Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, the 6th verse, it said that we acknowledge him in all our ways, he'll direct our paths. And that's what he did. He directed the apostles and the elders to put us in a position of order again, you know. And that's, you know, that's
right.
Why you see us being set in perfect order, you know, through all the chaos going on.
Yeah. Because Jake know the only order that he accepted or got was from the cops and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the domestic disputes. And yeah, I'm gonna call the cops. He didn't have no wisdom among himself where he was like, you know what? Let's handle this in this matter. Maybe we can. Nah, he had to call the so-called white man, even for voting and all that. He wants to get bad jobs. He vote to them. It says, "Envy not your oppressor, choose none of his ways." You know, go ahead. Okay, so we understand there's a seed of the wicked man. You know, it's just not no ghost like Castle, you know, the wicked ghost flying around here just entering people. There's a spiritual demon.
He got the brother out of Tulsa,
but he got a counterpart. No. Oh, okay. Shalom to you, brother. Yahweh Shema Shai to you, brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai Bashim Kadash Bakatam. Shalom. So the Most High didn't leave us high and dry. He set up a tree of life. He set up where Adam can come back. You know what I'm saying? But he did come back. He came back as Yahweh Shai, and he set grounds and rules according to the spirit of what the Most High wanted, and he conquered death, and he set an example. So yeah, there's no excuse no more. And he was an austere man, and we passing down the imagination. So you can't follow that Serge Bourdieu, carry that fluff boy Serge Bourdieu, because that feminized Jake, you know, and made him hold hands in church and shit, and be sodomites in church and shit. That's why Most High is mad at this devil. He's mad. What did it say? He's angry with the wicked every day. Not a day that goes by. He's not angry with the wicked. That's why they got to be destroyed. You know. And then you're gonna have people trying to sanctify the wicked, trying to save the wicked. What the fuck is that? Because that same wicked man is coming to your house and deport you, and separate you from your family. Same like the so-called Mexicans, same when they voted for us, they're separating him from his family. And he's like, oh shit, now he's trying to call, you know, the so-called black people to, you know, help him. But y'all, you know what I'm saying? You trusted them. And it says, trust not your oppressor, trust not, put your trust not in man. Envy not the oppressor. Because the oppressor got money. He got all the, you know, he got all the outlets and all the things that you would want to desire as a carnal man. Most High said, forget that carnal shit. Forget the money, the gold, the silver, all that shit. Work on your spirit, and I'm gonna get you out of here, man. I'll make a man more precious. Go. You ain't supposed to worship God. I'll make a man more precious than that. Esau got the gold. Fuck out of here, man. Let him pull down his drawers for the gold, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tell you that.
Go ahead.
I would see. Tell you, Shalom 144.
Yeah, go
That's on the comment board. Yeah, Shalom. It said Luke chapter 1 verse 68.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite scriptures.
Yeah, it says, "Let's be."
Go one scripture. Go where it said he set up the horn of David.
Yeah, do one. Yeah, Luke 1:67. That's what he's setting up. He's setting up this highway, man. He's setting up this highway for the elect, you know, to get back in order to the spirit. So when it's time to physically leave this place, we can, man. Through the chariots, so-called UFO.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, y'all don't want to be. Hey, y'all believe in aliens. Y'all believe in them green aliens.
Yeah.
But y'all want to believe a so-called black man coming back, man. Y'all believe in everything the so-called white man teaches in his education.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the truth come out, and it's possible for us to get out of here, man, I don't believe that, man. All right, stay your ass here. Stay your, and you know, we call you black because that's what the missus gonna turn you into, a real black man.
Burn your ass.
To Chris, man.
It's like Luke chapter 1 verse.
They gotta say we all black when the lights go out. Now you all black when the missiles burn you up. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Luke chapter 1 verse 67.
Yep.
And his father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, saying,
We always prophesying. We talk about that we coming back as a prophet prophesying. That's important. Prophecies are important. You can't be a man of God if you're not prophesying. And prophesying about the correct things to prophesy about.
Yeah.
You can't be talking about some that don't even have nothing to do
got
with
nothing to do with the Lord's will. The Lord is not concerned with everything going on.
Yeah.
He's allowing things to play out, but it's for his cause in the prophecy, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, all that stuff, he ain't worried about all that. He's looking at his story.
That's right. That's right.
There'd be occupying in prophecy. So you can't go ahead.
It says, prophesied, saying, "Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel."
Of Israel, nobody else.
That's it.
Nobody else, man. You have a special woman. You have a you know what I'm saying? You have a special car that you like. You have a special this and that, special pair of shoes you like. I'm not comparing us to, but we are things. You know what I'm saying? We're material too, but we're greater because the spirit is within us. But everybody got a special something. You know?
Yeah, it tell you that what's that? Second Esdras. What's that second Esdras? Well, he said he had he chose one lily, one out of the animal, a mammal, he chose one sheep.
Out of every river, chose one river.
And out of all the multitude of people on planet Earth, he had one people.
One people.
So that's self-explanatory like that.
Yeah, somebody win a championship or get about to win a championship. What team? Somebody said, "What's your favorite team?" You gonna tell them your favorite team, and then what you gonna do? You gonna dress like that. You gonna put on their jerseys and stuff, and then you gonna root for them. Well, that's what we're doing for the Most High. We're his cheerleaders, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? We got on his jersey. He said, "Hey, we're put fringes on the border of your garments, a blue ribbon, you know, and look about that and remember the laws." Go ahead.
He had like. Blessed be the Lord, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
Redeemed his people. And like I said, going back, no man shall redeem thee. No man shall buy thee. Buy means redeem. It's a Greek word, it means redeem. So we're not getting out of here without the Most High. Yahweh Shai. And what did he do? He redeemed Adam through Yahweh Shai. Because it said, if the one man that died, many men that died through one man's living.
Through Adam, we all died.
Yeah, through Adam, we all died. We all made alive. So, you know, those dry bones that was sitting that nobody cared about, that people were stepping over and closed the casket on, Most High brought them out of their grave state of mind and brought them back into the law, statute, commandments, you know, to live again. Now we're breathing again. We're actually breathing now and living. Then now we're waking up, we're breathing, we're like, damn, now we're seeing the dead, you know what I'm saying? We see dead people because they don't have no understanding. Kind of like the opposite now. Go ahead.
It says, and he hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
There you go. Raise the horn of salvation to his servant, house of David. So this is the spiritual tabernacle being all over, being built again. You know, to a spiritual house, David. You know, and they don't see it because it said the kingdom will be built without observation. Meaning they're not going to recognize that that's the kingdom. You know, they think we just niggas and like we just do this. You know, we do it because we enjoy it. We love the word, but it's for a purpose of our Father, His Son. You know, it's cause for everything. It's a purpose for everything. This is a purpose. You think we're just doing this for nothing? We're ushering in the kingdom. Not only that, warning the people of the earth, especially our people, that something's coming, man. That destruction is coming. Just like the day of Noah. He was warning them all to they entered into Noah and family entered into the ark. Like them, they gonna do it again. Like they're gonna wait all this time, and then the missile gonna come. Oh, could save us, chariots.
That's why Yahweh said it shall be as the days of Noah. You know, same thing, same spirit.
Because hey, it said the rain fell upon them. And the door was shut.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you know it's going to be simultaneously with these missiles that the chariot's going to be there, because we're going to caught up and the chariot doors are going to be shut. You ain't going to be able to go up.
Yep.
You're going to be stuck here on earth.
Lord willing, make it.
Lord, we always say Lord willing.
Yep. Lord willing, make it up.
But we got confidence because we love the Most High. We want to be with our Father in heaven. You know, and
His counsel shall stand. So we have a firm foundation that this is the truth, man. We the only one, GMS the only one really teaching prophecy, man. Everybody else talking about bringing turkey trucks to the hood for Jake, man. That ain't helping Jake, man. You know?
Well, Yahweh Shai said the kingdom is within you, and that word is being put in you, gradually put in you, nourished in you, and it need to be exercised, not by no physical means.
Yeah, and they really do that just for money to keep their 501c13, man.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
That's what you gotta do. That's why the churches do that.
Yeah, so they can
pass out candy,
grant money, man.
Yeah, pass out candy during Halloween, pass out turkey during
you ain't supposed to be making no money off the truth. You're supposed to be giving Israel their commonwealth back. This is our commonwealth, man. This knowledge. You know?
Yahweh Shai, he prophesied about this. Like, Yahweh Shai, he prophesied about that in Matthew 24. He said, many false prophets shall be raised up.
Yeah.
You know? And through that, like you just said, you know, they making man, the word slipped my mind. They making merchandise.
Yeah,
you know,
they're making Yahweh Shai's Most High's house of merchandise, a den of merchandise, house of merchandise. But see, and at the same time, it's like, how do we know y'all the real prophets? Well, because we're prophesying about the real thing.
Yep.
Prophets don't the fake prophets don't prophesy about the MOTB. They don't prophesy about Jacob's trouble. They don't prophesy about the end of the world coming. Yahweh Shai said when he was preaching, he said, preach the kingdom is at hand. That's the same thing we're doing. The kingdom is at hand, meaning one kingdom is going down and another kingdom is going up. Go ahead. But according to some people, some camps, even IUIC, it got to be said that they think we're going to be here another 1,000 years. That's another 1,000 years of slavery. You trying to make us do Esau's sentence and shit.
Like, hell no.
No, that's for Esau. That 1,000 years for Esau. Don't try to put that shit on
us. He wouldn't set up this highway for the remnant in this timely fashion like he has over the last 40 plus years. Just to not do it. He said he set forth the apostles last, and he said he's gonna come quickly. But
and that
he's shortening his time.
And that means, but it says kingdom fall every 250 years. So it's gonna be about 7 more kingdoms, and then 7. It's gonna be World War 8 or something, World War 9 and 10. Come on, man.
Yeah, you know, They said that the Earth is spinning faster now.
Yep.
Ever since 2020,
Yep.
they recorded some of the shortest days ever to be recorded. So we know that the Lord is shortening the time.
Yeah.
That was
Definitely shortening the time.
And the time is getting fast. You can notice it. Time is getting faster. You can look at the clock, and the clock will be like, skip over.
Yeah.
I'm just being,
And you know, you can tell when 2020 came, and that was the countdown. That's when the countdown began.
Yeah.
Because that's when a lot of 2020. That's when a lot of stuff just started happening all at once, man.
Because we know in 2000, there was a big split.
Yeah.
A lot of people fell out. A lot of people thought it wasn't going to happen. Esau's on borrowed time. He's trying to still get his MOTB together because the Lord's disappointing the devices of the crafty. And now we to the point where he like, man, I'm almost out of time because the prophets is breaking up, man. All over the four corners of the earth, teaching the same doctrine. So you know they finna push something. They finna do something.
Yeah, because all the Muslim, the Black Panther Party, they were bearing arms and everything. They didn't go bomb them. They didn't go take them down. They didn't target them. But all of a sudden, the truth is going. What it say? The fruit. Wait for the peaceful fruit that it may bear. It may be bared upon. Paraphrasing trees. And now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing the fruit. And now it's visible. Now they want to they want to target us and all that. But they were mocking back then. Like, I ain't gonna be nothing and all that. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah.
Now Trump is concerned about Russia talking about us subliminally and all that. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 16. And there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people.
Oh, hey, man, this a highway for the remnant of his people, man. Like I said, this is a spiritual bus stop, man. People just think it's just a bus stop, but it's a spiritual bus stop. And you want to catch that spiritual bus when it comes.
Better not be late, Jake.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is that? Soon as you leave the bus, it's a physical example, but soon as you're like, you know what? I'm just go and run into 7-Eleven, give me some. Bus comes, man. Yeah. That's like them 5 virgins. We're going back into the world, going back into the thing. That's when he's gonna come, man. So he's waiting. The Most High is waiting. He's gonna do it at the right time. Because he said every time it's beautiful. So he's gonna trap those that ain't serious. He's gonna trap them. They think they getting away, and they be like, let me just go. And he's gonna trap their ass because they're gonna come back when they are
least expecting.
When they take their hand,
Yep. Like I said, he's gonna come as a thief in the night. Yep. He's gonna creep up on that. Hey, and that's heavy, man. Man.
He's gonna take their hand away off the plow like that dude, 4 fingers, man. Go ahead.
The remnant of his people shall be left.
Oh, the remnant of his people. Go ahead.
Not all Israel.
Not all Israel. They hate that word remnant. And
the Lord is sure that that there was an elect, because it said the elect in several scriptures too. Yeah, we know the remnant is the same thing. Can't dodge prophecy, man. Can't dodge it.
It's certain things that's a holy water on the vampires. It's like the name Yahweh Shai, the remnant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, prophecy. Man.
That word prophecy. The vampires get to smoking and shit. Bad as it, go ahead.
So remnant which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah.
In Assyria,
this is spiritual Egypt. This is spiritual Assyria.
Yep.
This is spiritual Nineveh.
These are all our worst captivities in one, man. Yep. And what's worse on top of that, they got to where Jake can be comfortable here and not really know we in captivity. At least the other captivity, we knew he was in captivity. This one, Jake has no idea.
Well, yeah, but
Jake think this is
because we was cut off from our parts, man. Yep. Like, we beat out of it.
Yeah,
But you know what? They, so to speak, beat that. That true education out of us, our heritage or whatever, heritage and all that. Well, Most High is he's beating this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding into us. You know what I'm saying? With the spiritual belt of rebuke and instruction. And then so you're gonna be happy, man. You're gonna be like, man, you're gonna be knowledgeable, and and especially Most High will we be in the kingdom of heaven. I believe. Said all Jacob gonna shall be saved, but you're gonna be well, and your mind is Most High gonna put that full wisdom and that perfection in your mind, and then you're gonna be standing before these nations, and you're like, you don't know exactly what to do. There ain't gonna be no confusion and shit. You're gonna be like, this man committed adultery, send him to the lions, man. Or put a rod up on his back and kill him. You saw be letting murderers go and shit, and rehabilitation and shit. You're gonna have to go back to the laws of Moses. We ain't gonna have to be under that because we gonna be perfect. We're gonna know the law. We're gonna be the law. We're gonna be the law. We're gonna be in our inward part. We're gonna be lawyers. We're gonna be spiritual lawyers and spiritual officers and all that. Yep. Go ahead.
I just got some articles.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna go into some end time prophecy articles.
Yeah. So what was it? The heart of man have become corrupt, but the Most High is plucking out of Most High is making. He said he'll make a man with a fleshly heart, so he can receive instruction and get this understanding. So there's certain men that he's dealing with that's not of that death reigned from Adam to Moses, which is following Yahweh Shai and getting the knowledge, wisdom, understanding to be a righteous people and to be the first fruits, Most High will, and in due time in the kingdoms. Go ahead.
Now we know the Trump administration board going into like the ones who organize religion in America. Basically, they just had their first meeting saying that they basically get rid of all of it. Okay, where you ain't really can't do it freely. So we know that's a fan of the word coming. That's prophecy right here. Over there in California, you see in the Edomites, they kind of going against each other because they know that this is about to cause great disorder and division as much as already is in America. Judge ordered Trump administration to stop immigration arrests without probable cause in Southern California, because that's what Trump trying to do. He's just trying to come just snatch you up and don't got no probable cause, don't got no proof, and really you ain't done nothing, or you are not from here, they just take you up. So now he even got his own people fighting against him, and that's putting him in a position of where the other nations looking at him like he's weak. Then you got a lot of stuff is starting to come out that this devil, really talking about Trump. He the president right now, he the king of Babylon. A lot of his all that shit talking is starting to bite him in his ass, man.
Yeah.
It said Trump said he'd end the Ukraine war in 24 hours. Now his patience with Putin is wearing thin, right? It ain't ended over there. They still blowing shit up over there, man. So all this stuff he promised is not coming to pass, man. And he over here beefing with the EU, man. And what did it say about Revelation 17, verse 16? It said the beast shall hate the whore, man, and leave her naked and desolate with fire, man. It says Trump announced significant 30% tariffs against Mexico and EU to begin next month. So he better start putting more tariffs on them. They ain't feeling that, man. They ain't feeling that. And that's what's causing them more to hate this place. We know that King Charles went down to Canada to basically go against what Trump doing over there, trying to take over Ontario. The leaders on the president of Canada was like, I'll shut y'all electricity off, man. You ain't gonna got no golden dome, man. Don't stop no missiles, your electricity, your lights off. So we're seeing that everything's being prepped for disaster here, man. We know in Texas there's been a lot of death toll, a lot of floods. Death toll's been rising. The Wadi Abashima was the brothers, elders. We all leave out there and safe. Yeah. Just continually, giving thanks to the Abashima protect the local elect. Of course, they talk about basically the economy is going to get much slower over time. We're going to see more things happening, more stuff getting shut down. They just got rid of 50,000 workers and put AI robots in there, man, with the Amazon. Yeah. So it's starting. They're starting to promote this digital, this digital technocracy beast system. And
two, when it's time of war or a brink of war and a time of conflict that leads to war, there's always tightening up of the people. It's more restrictions, more laws. So a lot of people is gonna feel that their freedom being taken away, their liberty being taken away. Like, why can't we cross the borders now? Why can't we, get imports here? Because they're saying, so everybody's gonna go crazy. Because that's one thing that people be searching for across the lands is freedom and liberty and shit. That's why they always say free Palestine and shit, like, But hey, man, y'all don't know the Most High is about to liberate his people. And what did it say? Moses said, "Let my people go."
And the South, especially places like Mississippi, places where the heart of California, places down here in the South have always been destabilized, man.
Yeah.
It's where Jake is really the poorest.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to try to push that technocracy across the whole U.S. And they use stuff like sports. That's why they had Oklahoma City win a championship this year, man. Then right after that, you got Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talking about he want to come down here and put biotech in Oklahoma. Start here, go down to Texas, and move it around the South, man. Because they're trying to set up this MOTB system right now, man. And at the same time that's happening, the Lord is taking the wise men out of Edom, man. Yeah. He's taking the wise men out of Edom slowly, man. And slowly but surely.
What the apostles always talk about to the 15-minute series.
Yep.
So they got Israel confined to where, like we said, everything is within 15 minutes. Everything's convenient. So they're gonna be like, well, what you doing out of this zone? Are you out of your that 15-minute seat?
Yep.
And then so they're gonna set up borders. They're gonna get more closed in. They're gonna check points, like we said, and all those things to make sure they got everybody captive in this place. Shit. This is the inner place that they this is basically a whole inner city and shit. It's not only the inner cities, this whole place is a city. And it's an inward city. That's why it's gonna be a lake of fire, man. A lake just sits there. A river flows, like the apostles say. A lake is just gonna be a lake of fire when this place gets hit. So go ahead.
And just like we went into a couple weeks ago about how the Lord basically gave kings they gave like a kingdom to childish men, like they act like babes. They're not really experienced in how to rule nations. Okay, and at that time, they have advisors and they losing their advisors, man. Their advisors are dying off to where they're not really getting no good guidance on how the thing should go. That's why we having all this riffraff going on up there at the top levels of Esau Edom right now. But it says David Gorgon, trusted White House advisor to 4 U.S. presidents across decades, dies at 83. So they best advisors, the ones that are trusted, they're being replaced now and with unexperienced men.
And you know why? Because women say the wisdom of men shall fail. And paraphrasing, wisdom of Edom. You remember we watched that one, it's so to speak like a documentary. They was rolling dice to determine certain decisions that they made. So they used witchcraft too, to for and satanic worship for as a guide and shit. And who's controlling Satan? The Most High. That's why he said the wisdom is gonna, their deceit is gonna fall upon their own selves.
Yep, they cast lots because a lot of stuff they do, they're really unsure.
Yeah.
Even in old Rome, how they would pick the next successor or the next ruler whenever one passed down. They sit in a room and they let a dove go and it fly around, and the only thing they could sit on was one of the person's shoulders. And then whoever shoulder the dove after they got tired enough flying, it was whoever's shoulder rested on who was going to be basically the next ruler.
And hey,
that's how they do, man.
That's how you know
rolling dice, man. They ain't sure they gonna make it.
That's how you know this is going all over again. They doing the same practice,
the same shit like that. They got their soothsayers and stuff and all that. The shamans.
And we'll close out. What is the same thing That's what that's what Pharaoh did to Moses. Brought his soothsayers and the magicians, you know, and his astrologers, and he got confounded, man. So that system no more is not working. That astrology, all their astrology, that the theories that they have, the Darwin theories and you know, pseudoscience, that's failing. You know, as soon as the theologian schools, that's all failing.
Mm-hmm.
The education system is failing. They can't go to school to learn them. They got to worry about if my son is in a dress or my daughter is getting taught by a drag queen. They got to worry about that. So they failing. That whole system is failing.
Most of all, them school shooters.
Yep.
You know, we know over there in Kenya, they was all taking a test and the whole building just blew up out of nowhere. And a whole bunch of children died. A whole bunch of them, and a bunch of them got injured, man. Yeah. It ain't no telling what's going to happen in these synagogues of Satan, because that is a synagogue of Satan, man. These schools, man. Yeah. They indoctrinate Jake to live like a Babylonian, man.
And they got to listen to prophecy. They got you. That's why we know they watch GMS. They watch the apostles. They watch other groups too. You know, but they watch the apostles, the elders. Because, you know, they got to. You know, like, do you think they're right, or what's going to happen, or should I do this? They're playing chess.
That's what I
said. As soon as before they make that move, let's watch a couple of GMS videos.
Yeah, like I said, they understand, they get it, but they don't really understand, man. That's why they still rolling dice on it. Yeah. They taking bets on it, man. We're gonna see.
He said, "Who's take the understanding of the house of Esau?"
Esau going gambling with his life, man. Yeah. So 2/3 of Jake.
You're gonna
lose this time, man. Yeah. You're gonna lose this time.
But yep, that's it, man. We'll mention, you know, next time. Yes, I will. I do it about the chariots, man. We haven't gone to that a while. I love talking about chariots, that type of thing. So, yeah, hopefully it was edifying, man. You know, again, to the brothers and sisters on the comment board, if you tune in, the water for tuning in, and keep doing the work. If you're sincere, I mean, we believe that all the brothers and sisters here, so blessings. We're going to give all praise to y'all. Rockathay Shai, double honors to the apostle, elders, bishops, great millstone, citation, teach word, for the hopeful election to be the land most high will. Sooner than later, this is that we're in the time of the elect. The elect work is being done to try spirits. Hope for extended elect, shalom, blessings, and women and children, shalom.
Shalom. Wow, yep.